In this video lesson, we are going to seek to answer the question, how do I subtract 5-digit numbers? Now over to the left here, we have some words that are usually associated with subtraction, and we see them in word problems when this is the operation that we need to accomplish. So we're just going to read them off. Subtract, minus, have, less than, fewer than, take away, decrease, and difference between. So we're going to start off by talking about why subtraction is important. So we need subtraction when we're spending money, as we would be taking away money from our original amount that we have, or food, the same idea. If we take away food, or if we're ordering food, usually subtraction is involved depending on how much we have. With inventory, subtraction is huge because when you sell items, you need to subtract them from what you already have, and you need to know what you have to order after that. So we are going to start with a 5-digit subtraction problem. 67,543 minus 34,211. This is going to be similar to how we dealt with the addition problem, where we had some addition problems over here when we had it with each place value in the number, except over here they're not going to be addition problems, they're going to be subtraction problems, but we are going to add them at the end, and you will see how this is going to take place. So the first one, we have the units placement, and we have 3 minus 1, which is 2. So now we want to go the same way as we did before, we're just subtracting over here. So now we have the tens column, and what would this be? 40 minus 10, so then we would have 30 right there for the tens column. And then the hundreds column, what would be our equation? 500 minus 200, which would be 300. And then let's do the thousands place. 7,000 minus 4,000, which is 3,000. And then the last 10,000 place right there, we have 60,000 minus 30,000, which is 30,000. A lot of threes there. So then we're going to add these together in order to get our final answer. And then the zeros make it easy, so we only have one number in each column, and we have the answer of 33,332. Now here's our word problem. So a sports store had 56,744 items of sports equipment to sell. After a week, the store sold 22,231 items. It was a great week. They sold a lot. How many more items do they have left to sell? So I want you to pause the video and get a piece of scrap paper to write out the number sentence or the equation that we need to use in order to solve this problem. So take a second and write it out. You should have wrote out 56,744 minus 23,211, as that is our equation for this problem. So now we are going to do it together, but you guys are going to do it and then check your answers as we go along. So start off with the units place, and what would be the first step that you would do? You should have 5 minus 1, which is 3. So now what would be the next step that we would do? Write it out. We would go to the tens column, and we would have 40 minus 30, which would be 10. And then what would be the next step? We'd go to the hundreds column, which is 700 minus 200, which is 500. Good job if you guys got that so far. What would be the next step? 6,000 minus 2,000, which is 4,000. And then the last step for part 1 would be 50,000 minus 20,000, which is 30,000. So then we're going to do what to all of these numbers here? What operation? You said addition. You are correct. So we're going to add these together, and the zeros make it easy. So we only have one number in each column, and we have the answer of 34,513 items. And when you're writing out word problem answers, you want to be clear what this number means. So that's why I wrote out items. That's the sports equipment that they need to sell, that they have left to sell. So this video answered the question, how do I subtract 5-digit numbers? Thank you so much for listening.